with a Manchester United fan on the day that CR7 is joining Manchester United. We are going to be talking about Manchester United, giving them a season preview after they finished second last year in the Premier League, and we'll definitely look to push forward with that after an absolutely brilliant window for them, bringing in CR7, Varane, and Sancho. I will give it off to the Manchester United fan himself to give his thoughts on what I'm sure has to be a very pleasant window for him and what he can hope for the 2021-2022 campaign.
Well, it's an amazing day to be a Red today. Outside our hometown right now, it is currently raining, and it's like Mother Nature knows that it's like Manchester outside, and it has given us rain because CR7 has joined the club. Also, with Jadon Sancho joining and Raphael Varane, all we could ask for is defensive midfielder, but I'm not going to get greedy because that would be like Christmas. And right now, it feels like the 10 days of Christmas because this is an unbelievable signing, bringing in Cristiano Ronaldo. I could have never imagined this. Yesterday, it looked like Manchester City have snatched him up. It looked like Ronaldo was a traitor. I got a feel for that guy on social media who burned his jersey today. It was poor scenes for that guy, but we've managed to get Cristiano Ronaldo through the door. Talks of Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, Sir Alex, all convincing him to join United. And it looks like this is going to be an unbelievable signing. Not just on the pitch, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to look to get personal accolades, trophies for the club, everything like that, goals. He's going to bag everything you could ask for. But also on the pitch and off the pitch, he will give you much more things. He will help grow the likes of Mason Greenwood. Get 2 years of Cristiano Ronaldo with Mason Greenwood. Greenwood's going to turn out to be that world class talent that we all think he will be. And wait 2 years, and we'll have Greenwood starting once Ronaldo leaves. That'll be an unbelievable sight because he will be scoring on all fronts. He'll help out Rashford. He'll help out Jesse Lingard. He'll help the whole squad just in off the field and on the field. And it's just a huge boost. And it's finally someone with loads of winning experience. A guy who all he can look on. A guy who's gonna boost morale. Who's gonna give confidence to everybody else in the dressing room. And it'll be fantastic to see. And joining the likes of Jadon Sancho and Varane, you couldn't have asked for anything more this summer besides a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's been an absolutely brilliant window for Manchester United. As you mentioned, they could definitely use with a midfielder. But I mean, CR7, Varane, and Sancho is a pretty darn good window to say the least, especially at the prices they're getting them at. Varane coming in around 40 million, Cristiano Ronaldo in and around 20 million. Absolutely brilliant deals for brilliant world class players. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best in the world, one of the best to ever do it. As you mentioned, obviously there's the on field talent for someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's the locker room presence, it's the leadership, it's what the younger players in the team can learn, the financial implications for the club of all the publicity and notoriety that'll come with the player of Cristiano Ronaldo being back at Manchester United. You just can't really overstate the importance and the value of having him at the club. And this is definitely a scenario now where Manchester United have to be considered a true threat to compete for the title. I think you could throw them in the mix before, alongside the likes of Chelsea, alongside the likes of Man City, and some people would also argue alongside the likes of Liverpool. But I think this even throws Manchester United just more into the injection of the fire. You get more dynamic attack, you get an even better striker as opposed to Cavani being along there. You get Cristiano Ronaldo up there now. You still have such a good attack. You've brought Sancho in. You still have Rashford once he gets back fit. You have Lingard if he gets into the team. You have Bruno, of course. You'll have that Portuguese connection of Bruno and CR7. Is this an absolutely brilliant team? Now, as was mentioned, of course, the midfield is really the only concern. The midfielder would have been great to be brought in, and that's probably the only weak point that you can noticeably look at on this team as long as Varane comes in and adapts well, which he should. And at this point, Manchester United definitely have to be considered one of the favorites. This is a side that is very strong. They are filled with world-class players. You have the likes of Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba. Just every spot in the lineup, that midfield spot, is just absolutely top-end world-class players. And you have to have no doubts that this is a team that has to be expected to be amongst the top of the Premier League. And they have to be a team now that even though there are new pieces being injected into this team, it still is a team that has to be expected and should be expected to be competing for a title in this upcoming year. Anything less than that, quite frankly, is going to be a disappointment, but it should be something that this team can hold up to and can compete to do.
Yeah, like you say, a title is a must, be that an FA Cup, even a League Cup, because City got those on lock nowadays. United need a trophy. It needs to be an FA Cup at minimum. And even Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, would be pleased with that. The greatest player ever to touch a blade of grass has joined the club. But you got to look at United. they can't fail now. The biggest worry for me in United is Ole now has no excuses. He now has to go and succeed. He can't complain. Like you said, the only issue is that defensive midfielding role. But goals and the rest of the team should be able to make up for one spot in the team. 10 world class players should be able to make up for one mediocre spot. And Ole has no excuses now. He has to go out. He has to win. He has to get us a trophy, that be it a Premier League, a Champions League, an FA Cup, what have you. I don't think a Champions League or a Premier League are in our grasp. Premier League, maybe, but Champions League, not a chance, I don't think, this year. But it'll be a very good year and a very interesting year for Manchester United. I think there's so many things we can expect. Like you said, Varane coming in this team, Sancho, so many more players. Who knows? Maybe there's still a midfielder on the way. Maybe Ronaldo's getting in the ears of the board and telling them to go get a midfielder and bring him in, which would be huge for this club. Maybe Bruno, the agent, can get out there and do some more things. But at that Wolves game on Sunday, the away end is going to be absolutely electric. And I think it has to be after signing Ronaldo. The team needs a boost after a disappointing result against Southampton. United just has to keep picking up form and picking up results. We can't get behind by a lot of points now because Chelsea and City are just going to keep rolling and just keep getting points. And we can't fall behind the pack. And we have to beat Wolves this coming Sunday.
Certainly a lot of pressure and expectations around this Manchester United team now for the likes of Ole, for the like of Cristiano Ronaldo, for the likes of Bruno, for the likes of everyone on this team that is going to be on the pitch. As you mentioned, this is a team that should and needs to win a trophy of some sorts, wherever that comes from. That's the reality of it now, and the pressure's on. There's no more rebuild. There's no more, we need more pieces. This is it now for Manchester United. They have acquired the pieces. They have acquired the team. And this is the time now for Manchester United to realize their potential and become a top club in England and in world football. As far as where I see them for next season, I will note again, as I have in previous videos, that the predictions we have made for standings in these Premier League season previews were made at the beginning of our Premier League season previews. We will come out with an updated Premier League table at the end of the transfer window. I personally had them sitting in second. Of course, as I mentioned, this was before lots of these signings, the like of Raphael, Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo were not members of Manchester United, which of course will impact things, as along with some other signings. But I think they're going to be in and around the same spot they were last year in the table. Last year, of course, finishing second. But I think this is going to be a better team. Even if they do finish second or third, I think this is a team that probably finishes with more than the 74 points they had last year. They'll be a lot more competitive. And as we mentioned, they drew against Southampton last week. Those are the types of results that they can't have anymore this year. Those are the types of results that are the difference between finishing in third and finishing in first. Of course, you need to win against the top end teams, but dropping valuable points against teams at the bottom of the table are the ones that really hurt when you look back at the end of the year. But as of right now, when I made my predictions, second is where I have Manchester United, and we will further discuss that in a video in about a week's time.
I completely agree with you. Like you said, we made these previews at the start of the season in our standings, so I would have to agree and put Manchester United in second place before all the signings and everything happened. But it'll be very interesting. United can't draw points, like you said, and I think it's going to come down to a team who has very low losses, unlike previous years where City had, I think it was 6 or 7 losses last year and still managed to win the league by a comfortable amount. And United just need to pick it up, and they can't lose games by marginal amounts. They need to stay strong, and they can't slip up against the big games. I think even City losing to Spurs in the first game of the season will be crucial this year, because I just don't see the winner of the season losing that many this year. I think City, Chelsea, United, Liverpool, it's all going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. It's not going to be many. And we just got to stay strong, and they got to keep going, and they can't lose points. They can't draw points, and it's going to be massive to see what this Manchester United side can do. And they just got to keep up the points and can't slip up this year, because this is a year unlike no other where every team is brought in top class talent and continues to do so, and world class strikers and goal scorers. And it'll be one of the seasons of the Premier League that I don't think we've ever seen before. That is why there's so many contenders, and it'll be such a great season for Manchester United. And I have them finishing second place this year.
Certainly, everything is set up to be a very exciting Premier League campaign. It would be absolutely wonderful to see a tight title race in the Premier League after quite a few years now of just, unfortunately, not ideal, exciting to the end of the season battles. Could even see a three-way battle this year with the likes of Man U, City, and Chelsea. Let's hope we get that. Let's hope we get a beautiful Premier League campaign, and Manchester United definitely will look to be a part of that. If you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to let your thoughts be known down below in the comment section, feel free to do so. Let us know your thoughts on Manchester United, their absolutely brilliant transfer window, and how you think they could do in this upcoming Premier League campaign. If you want to hear our thoughts on other Premier League season teams and how we think they could do in this upcoming season, then be sure to click the box on the right-hand side of the screen to see those Premier League season previews. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys in the next one.